Well, hey pals, welcome back to Peeps Wax Packs, and welcome to a little episode of Peeps Pickups. Going to be some sort of budget pickups. I grabbed a stack of things that have come in over the last, 6 months or even a year in some cases, but you sort of amass these things. I've got a little box I keep them in, and then I'll pull them out. Much like the shoebox cheese box, I've got my own little box. So you actually have a cheese box. I think I've shared that before. And if you're looking for something to put your cards in, a cheese box does quite well. Anyhow, I digress. Let's get into these pickups. I grabbed a stack, and I sort of organized them in a way that made some sort of sense in terms of what I collect and some of my goals, I guess hobby goals. We talk about hobby goals. I think that's a little too much for me to have actual goals. Let's just look at this Veda Pinson. The 59 Veda Pinson. This is a really nice copy and a super crispy yellowed top loader, which I have not freed it from yet. And there is, of course, some scotch, some sort of tape there, and no penny sleeve at all. And this one's pretty beat up. It was only, I think, a little over $1 with free shipping. So I thought the centering was really good. There's some scuffing in the black background, but the photo's pretty good. The centering's pretty good, and that'll be a good one for the survey binder. Big fan of Veda Pinson. Just a tremendous player, and love the 59 design. All right, so Veda's going to set the stage for some 59s, but in this case, it's going to be the 59 buybacks from the 2008 Topps Heritage release. You can see the buyback stamp there. So 2008 Topps Heritage hobby boxes would have one of these in them, if I'm not mistaken. And here we have George Crowe, a super important figure, as he is one of the players who played in both the Negro Leagues and the Major Leagues. This is a project, getting nice cards of all those players, or a card of all those players, what's in some cases is, I don't think, possible. I'm not sure they all had a card of sorts, or if they do, I haven't found a few of them. I just have not been able to find. But just some representation of those players, as the role they played was so important to the future of baseball. Anyway, George Crowe, a super underappreciated figure, a really important figure in that transition, was sort of a mentor to a lot of the young black baseball players in America, and was also a sensational basketball player. This guy was Indiana's very first Mr. Basketball. Came from a sort of a basketball-focused family, and played professional basketball while he was playing Negro Leagues baseball. Played for the New York Wrens and the Los Angeles Red Devils. And the Red Devils, he played alongside Jackie Robinson. So George Crowe, super interesting person, and very happy to land that buyback. We can all blame Shane for this buyback run coming up here. Hashtag blame Shane. We got a Bob Boyd from 59. Bob Boyd, of course, integrated the White Sox in 1950, I believe. And before that, played for the New York Black Yankees. Great career in the Negro Leagues. Again, the 50th anniversary buyback stamp there. This was a beauty. Got this a few weeks ago. Heck of a player, Bob Boyd. Also, the uncle of Dennis Oil Can Boyd, as I knock some things over here in the background. Or off camera, that is. And we've got one more here. We've got Gene Baker, another super important figure. Gene Baker, shown here with the Pittsburgh Pirates, came up with the Cubs, integrated the Chicago Cubs alongside Ernie Banks. So Gene Baker and Ernie Banks both came up at the same time with the Chicago Cubs, I want to say in 53 or 54, 53. And Gene Baker eventually gets traded to the Pirates. What a figure Gene Baker. Ends up being the first black coach in organized baseball. Buck O'Neil, of course, was the first black manager in Major League Baseball, but Gene Baker was managing a minor league team. Was it in the Pittsburgh organization? I don't remember. And super important figure there, Gene Baker, also known as a tremendous guy, from what I've read. All right, next we've got a little run of these, a couple of these MILB cards, these Pro Debut, Topps Pro Debut cards. This one's the Monty Irvin here, shown in the minor league Jersey City Giants uniform. This was a green foil to, I think were these numbered? I can't remember. They are numbered. This one's just numbered to 99. So there's a few. I think there's just green, orange is to 25, and then there's like a 1/1 black, I want to say. And then of course the base card. But I just thought that was a great shot of Monty. So good that I found the orange as well. And what's, I realize there's lots of color out there these days and tons of numbered cards, but this 1 to 99 was only $1.49 free shipping. Thought that was kind of crazy. But I just thought it looked great. And then this one was just a few bucks more. And this orange here is numbered to 25. They hide it pretty well on the back of these. So that's something to look out for in case there's one out there and the numbering isn't called out, for instance. And in the sort of role or in the sort of spirit of minor league cards, this is sort of a newer project, and it's finding some Minneapolis Millers and St. Paul Saints cards, and mostly in the sort of cards that recognize the times where the Saints and the Millers were sort of major feeders into the major leagues, but you have to go back a long ways. Of course, the Saints are now AAA, so you could make that argument they're affiliated with the Twins, but I never had this one, the 1987 Donruss highlights. It's when Ray Dandridge got into the Hall of Fame, and Ray Dandridge is wearing the Minneapolis Millers uniform there. Great shot of Ray Dandridge. I'd been looking at a Ray Dandridge Caramello Deportivo forever, but it was just so banged up, and it was just too much money. But I digress. This one, for some reason, just never had it. This was a nice centered copy, and it was only a couple bucks, maybe $1.50 shipped. Super cheap, and I just thought, Minneapolis Millers, that just seemed like I needed to have a copy of that. So then I went on looking for other things, and of course in the Ted Williams set, Willie Mays is shown here in the Minneapolis Millers uniform. Willie Mays didn't spend too much time with the Millers. He was called up almost immediately. The Millers were a New York Giants affiliate. So, and Willie Mays simply, he was just so good that I don't know if he even played 50 games with them. Maybe he did, but probably not much more than that. We've got a more pro debut, which is interesting. And this was wild. I don't know if this was a mistake. Ted Williams. This is the 2021 pro debut. I didn't realize this card existed, or I probably would have found it earlier. But the 2021 Topps pro debut, sort of retired stars, Ted Williams, shown here with the Minneapolis Millers uniform. Ted Williams. So the Millers were considered minor league at that point, like I said, in the New York Giants system, and Ted Williams just tore up this league. And I just thought that was a great looking card. And, I was perusing through, just looking for the base card, which is here. Probably should have shown this first. And ran across this one for $1.49 free shipping. And this one is numbered to 99. Just like the Monty Irvin there. And it came here with this $15 thing on the back. And looking around at other copies, that's more like what they go for. But $1.49 it was. No, we're going to have to find some room. And let's stop the tape and get this reorganized. All right, moving on. We are going to take a look at three last cards here. They are all from the 2005 Topps Retired Signature release, which is in the 2005 Topps design. I picked up a few of these maybe a little over a year ago and kind of came back to them because I'm going to be starting a Retired Stars Z Folio. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm going to go for a page of these, which means I need 9, and so I picked up 3 more on my way to getting a page of these. And here we'll start with the Ernie Banks. It's a great shot of Ernie signing a baseball. And you can see here it says 54 years of collecting there. It's a nice gold parallel, and then what signifies or what tells you it's the retired signature, rather, is see that top stamp in the bottom right, sort of the old school top stamp that they now use for like vintage stock cards. But anyway, these here were numbered to just 500. You can see the stamp there, kind of right at Ernie Banks' chin. So picked up that one. Kind of a cool one there. And what else we have? As I lean for another stand, we've got the Lou Brock, another Cubby. Just thought that was a great shot of Lou Brock. And again, this Lou Brock was only a few bucks. I think the Ernie Banks I might have got it on best offer for like $6. And actually, I think these came from the same seller. I got 2 sneak peek Yogi Berra as well. So anyway, Lou Brock, getting sidetracked here. Got the Lou Brock again to 500. You can see it in the small photo on the back. Again, these are sort of part of the goal of obtaining a whole page of gold for this release. Got a nice Yogi Berra. I think the Banks and the Berra came together, so I was able to save on shipping. And I like this shot of Yogi. putting on the pads. And Tops did the retired signature series in 2003, 2004, and 2005. So there would be a base version of these, which is just white, white cardstock. They had the gold, and they also did black. Blacks were numbered in 2005. I think they were numbered to 99, if I'm not mistaken. Anyhow, there you have it. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out. This is just like a stack of pickups over the last 6 months or so. And I hope you are doing well. And we'll see you next time. Take care.